Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor. I woke up a little bit early today because I don't know why. Now, I may still be upset because the Atlanta Braves got their butts kicked so horribly. I was watching the Braves. For those of you over in Europe, the Atlanta Braves, that's a professional baseball team over here. And since I'm in Georgia, that is the one professional baseball team in the state of Georgia. So we're always fans around here. They, in the first inning, I believe, I want to say the St. Louis Cardinals scored 10 runs, and it was for a variety of reasons. It was because of the pitchers. It was because of errors. It was because of just great hitting. But it was a complete disaster. They played the entire season to just blow it in one game. It's like they worked the entire season to just go out there and blow it in literally one inning of one game. And it was so depressing to watch. And the Braves never, one guy hit a home run. Aside from that, they never even had a whiff of coming back. Just so awful. All right. So let's get past that and talk about digital assets. The first thing, XRP Crypto will really hit me with some things today, and I don't know if I'll get to all of them in this video, but we'll see. The first thing was that Facebook, yesterday they announced Facebook CEO Mark Zuckerberg is going to testify before the U.S. Congress over cryptocurrency Libra on October 23rd. The hearing will be titled An Examination of Facebook and Its Impact on Financial Services and Housing Sectors. Zuckerberg will be the only witness, and this is an article from CoinDesk. So now Mark Zuckerberg has to go up there. It's always funny to me watching these hearings because you can just see from the look on Zuckerberg's face when he does this type of thing that he's a smart guy that knows that he's smart, and he also knows how stupid most of the people asking him questions are, and he has a look on that face. He has a look just like that on his face. So he's going to go up to Congress and he's going to be grilled by all these geniuses about Bitcoin and all of that business. So it's a dog and pony show as usual. No real substance to anything other than these Congress people wanting to show their constituents that they are really fighting for them, which is all a bunch of bull. They're fighting for their wallets. That's what they're fighting for. Chinu Patel at Chinu Patel 29 sent me this. This Tony Valentino, I haven't covered his tweets in a while, not for any reason other than I just haven't seen the one that grabbed me. But what he's saying here kind of grabbed me. He says you can't have a product called on-demand liquidity when that product needs liquidity itself. It's like trying to sell water to drought-stricken farms from your reservoir that looks dry as F. Q4 is when Ripple starts activating corridors to increase liquidity of XRP. Do or die. And then there was this. He tweeted this out, and I think this was, this was today, this morning. Yeah. On-demand liquidity is drier than the Sahara Desert. Miguel Valles, who's in charge of XRP markets now, he doesn't have that on his Twitter thing. I don't know. They've kept, ever since Miguel, let me make this point. Ever since Miguel Valles, who was in charge of XRP markets, back during the run-up in 2018, early in January 2018 is when he made the zero doubt comment. Ever since that time, Miguel Valles has said almost nothing and has been very quiet, and you don't ever see him out. So anyway, that's part of what intrigued me about this. He says on-demand liquidity is drier than the Sahara Desert. Miguel Valles still doesn't have orders to let it fly. Now remember when he says this, Miguel Valles, remember where he's from. He's from he was the head of the gold desk at the, is it COMEX? I think that's what you call it. He ran the gold desk and Ripple, that's where Ripple hired him from. This guy is no spring chicken and understands markets and liquidity and all of this stuff. And so he's calling Miguel Baez out specifically. Then he says, Brad Garlinghouse, you can't go around talking about supplying on-demand liquidity when you don't have liquidity yourself. In other words, he's saying, I know you all have liquidity. You haven't released the Kraken yet. And not to give a shout out to Kraken, the exchange. I wasn't talking about them. I think they're kind of anti-XRP. Not this time. This is a tweet he's tweeting out. Let's hope it doesn't retrace all the way back to 25 cents. And so the whole theme of what Tony Valentino is saying is that Ripple has the gunpowder. They just haven't pulled the trigger yet. And he thinks that they could pull the trigger anytime now. I believe the same thing, by the way. Crypto View at Brando Aguilera sent me this. Cinnamon is now live. This was from yesterday. Cinnamon Video. Now remember, Cinnamon Video is works with Coil. And so for video content producers like myself, we can sign up for Cinnamon Video and link our Coil accounts and then post videos onto Cinnamon Video. Now, here is, and this could change very, very fast. I want to give you my take on all of this. This isn't, as to whether or not I will use. I'll probably upload some videos to Cinnamon just to be a part of it. But here's the problem that I don't care what the video platform is or anything else. All of the traffic for video is on YouTube. I mean, in terms of, 99% of the traffic. Until some of these companies, and without the traffic, the content producers don't have any real incentive to go there. Now, yeah, they can go there, and people like us, we will go there and we will use this platform. Things like this can go from not catching on to catching on like a wildfire, and I hope that's what happens. But we have to remember the fact that it's a new technology, that's great and everything, but without the volume of viewers, nothing's going to happen real. Now, the technology itself could flip the script completely and make this into the next YouTube, but without a user-friendly platform and the infrastructure that a YouTube has obviously created successfully, you're not going to have people in volume jump ship just like that. But I hope that Cinnamon really does their thing. But we want to be, it says Cinnamon's now live, but we would not be here without Bitcoin and blockchain to show us the way Ripple to be effective and efficient interledger to connect it all, and Coil's vision for a better internet. I believe it will be a better internet. Okay. Free American Spirit at F American Spirit sent me this. This is from Coinfield. Very excited to announce excited for our upcoming interviews with, and it lists me as well in here. This is Bob Ross, XRPL, October interview schedule. Digital asset investor and Brad Combs, decentralized. They've got this list of different YouTube influencers. And then he comes in and somebody had asked, Free American Spirit had asked before Malta conference, and he says full details of the project will be announced on October 15th at 8 a.m. Eastern time. And I was going to say, I had gotten Brad Combs involved here because interviews are not really what I do. People say, I think Mr. B said to me one time something that I have found in life to be true. It's good for people to stay in their lane. And I consider my lane doing what I do. And I don't really do interviews per se. So Brad Combs, I like the way that he interviews, and I think he does a really good job. And so I involved Brad Combs in this because I may not actually be doing an interview at all. That's not really my thing. It's not my lane. And so I enjoy doing things the way I do them. And so what I I haven't exactly decided how I'm going to be involved in this yet, but I might very well, at a minimum, call into Brad's show. If that's something that you all want me to do. I've never called into any show, but if I did do it, it would not be to capitalize on the show. It would be to be like a third chair type situation. So I just wanted to make that clear. NBK Crypto at NBKLYRAD sent me this. From Bull Run Wonka, major virtual currency exchange preparing large project based on XRP Ledger next month. HODL XRP Japan knows. Now I don't know if this is Yoshitaka Katal. I don't know if this is in reference to him knowing about what CoinField's doing or if it's something else. But we do know that Yoshitaka Katal does know things. He's from SBI. So that'll be interesting to see how that unfolds. Okay, XRP Crypto with Bank of America job posting suggests a Ripple hookup is coming since they hired a treasury product manager for Ripple. They will lead the project management for Ripple project, a decentralized ledger tech to cross-border payments marketed to GTS clients. And that's an article, but this right here, Brian Melancholy at Mike Honcho _11 had sent me this. This all came from this tweet from XRP Twin yesterday, where he showed the job offer at Bank of America in New York, and it mentions Ripple. The role leads the project management team for Ripple project, a decentralized ledger technology-based solution for cross-border payments marketed to GTS clients, manage the Ripple product and develop capabilities for further growth. Down here it says, engage with regional partners to develop appropriate expansion strategies and related business cases for the Ripple product. So you got Bank of America who is hiring someone to help expand strategies and related business cases for the Ripple product. And I forgot to pull it up, but I actually told my audience on Twitter there that does my son need to draw a picture? Actually, let's go and look, because my son did draw a picture. I told him to draw a picture for this, and he says, and remember, stay cool and get rich. XRP Money, and he's got the Bank of America logo, Bank of America. And he says, money, 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 money. So I thought that was pretty good. Great job, son. And then King Solomon had sent me this. Things that make me go, Finastra, who is now a Ripple partner, met with the Federal Reserve Board alone on June 26, 2019 to discuss potential modifications to the Federal Reserve Bank's National Settlement Service. That is pretty interesting, folks. Check this out. Meeting between them, and then this part it says meeting between staff and Federal Reserve. Summary: staff of the Federal Reserve and Federal Reserve Board met with representatives of Finastra to discuss topics related to the potential modifications to the Federal Reserve Bank's National Settlement Service. When you hear the word settlement, you need to think about XRP. Okay. No telling what's going to come from that. Michael at VAL5 Links sent me this. The Bitcoin Futures Exchange back just hit an all-time high in trading contracts. Yesterday, the exchange had some 224 Bitcoin in volume just a day after it had posted on an all-time low of 25 Bitcoin traded. Interesting stuff there. All right, this also came out yesterday. From XRP Crypto Wolf, the IRS just issued its first cryptocurrency tax guidance since 2014. They address tax liabilities created by crypto forks, acceptable methods for valuing cryptocurrency received as income, and how to calculate taxable gains when selling cryptocurrencies. So this is a good thing, because the more of this type of certainty that we get, the more people are going to be open to investing in digital assets. Just remember, most people are not like you and I. Most people in this world are not people that see what is advertised as being risky. They don't go in. Most people wait until all of the certainty in the world is there. What many of them either don't recognize or don't appreciate is that all of that risk and all of that uncertainty is what creates the potential 1,000+% returns for you and me. That's why you and I come early. And then we have to go through the frustration of waiting for the uncertainty to become certainty. But those potential returns disappear as more and more certainty comes in. Risk reward, folks. And then XRP Crypto will also put this, and I'll end this video here. The SEC rejected Bitwise Investments' proposal for a Bitcoin ETF. The BTC ETF filed by Bitwise with New York Stock Exchange ARCA did not meet legal requirements to prevent market manipulation and other illicit activity. No more BTC ETFs this year, so get ready for a dump. I don't necessarily agree with that. What I think about this is I never did believe that it would be a Bitwise ETF. I believe that someone from traditional finance is going to come out of nowhere, and you're going to realize, oh, Goldman Sachs wanted a Bitcoin ETF, or Morgan Stanley wanted a Bitcoin ETF. We didn't know that, but it's going to be, oh yeah, they want a Bitcoin ETF, approved, and it's going to happen. I think it's going to happen like that. I think something's going to come out of nowhere that nobody even knew about really fast, and it's going to be somebody who's in the club, who goes to all the parties that all of the important people go to in Washington and in New York, and like that, it'll happen. And everybody will be sitting there wondering what just happened. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe and hit the like button and tell your friends and family that no Bitcoin ETF yet, but when it happens, it will happen and nobody will have seen it happening. Thank you for listening.